First question comes from Mason, who says, can we trade for Michael Gallup? I think Michael Gallup would be a great addition to San Francisco. I would totally take him. I think Dallas is going to be sellers at the deadline. They've hinted at that. They cut Dontari Poe, I think it was, and then they cut somebody else just the other day. I don't remember who it was, but they're definitely going to be sellers. If they lose to Philadelphia on Sunday night and the Eagles are almost 8-point favorites, then yes, Dallas will be sellers. But I think they want to keep Michael Gallup because he's a part of the young core. Do they need Michael Gallup with CeeDee Lamb? No, but Cooper's been underwhelming for Dallas, and so I think they like Michael Gallup in terms of the long-term prospects there in Dallas. So no, I don't see it happening. DK asks, can the 49ers afford J.J. Watt? No, they can't. And the Houston has made it very clear they're not going to trade J.J. Watt. It would take a lot to make a move for him. And honestly, J.J., love him to death. Too old. He's way too old, and there's no room for him on the 49er defensive line once everyone comes back and is healthy, which might not be till next year, but no, I would absolutely not do it. I would trade for this Texan, though. I would definitely trade for Will Fuller, and Will Fuller will be available at the deadline for the right price. The question is how much, right? Is he going to be, a third, a fourth, a fifth? I wouldn't do it for any more than a fifth. A fourth-round draft pick is too much to trade for Will Fuller, but I would 100% do a fifth or a sixth because Fuller is a great deep threat, good addition for San Francisco. Randall says, will Jimmy G have a good game? I hope so. I mean, he needs to. If he gets absolutely obliterated on Sunday afternoon, then, people are going to get upset, and then I'll have questions like, should they trade Jimmy Garoppolo on Tuesday, which obviously they won't, but, we'll have those questions. So I hope he has a good game. I mean, dang, right? He needs to have one. We'll see. Listen, Seattle, whoever plays quarterback, they got to win. I just can't stand the Seattle Seahawks. Like this video if you hate Seattle, right? You guys can't. I hate them because they're so good. Right? Isn't that the problem? When Seattle didn't have Russell Wilson, you didn't have to worry about him. Now they have Russell Wilson. They're always a pain in the butt, and they're the best we've seen them this year. Give this video a thumbs up. You guys hate the Seahawks, and also a thumbs up if you want them to beat the Seahawks on Sunday, which hopefully they will. And they should, but we'll see what happens. The Guap, I think is how you say that name, Guap. I'm going to trade Solomon Thomas. Well, you can't because he's injured. So any player on IR, you could not trade. And Solomon Thomas done for the year. And so anyone who's on season ending or even short-term IR is untradeable. You can't trade him. So even though they might have tried because he's in a contract year and they're not going to re-sign him next year unless they want to do it for cheap. So no, sorry, you just can't have him. David says trade for Gilmore, re-sign Mosley, let Sherman walk next year. That's an interesting take because, you save the money on Richard Sherman walking next year. The problem is, what are you giving up for Stephon Gilmore? You give him a second, right? I mean, he's a good defensive player, probably the best in the National Football League at his position besides like Jalen Ramsey. So sure, but I want to keep the draft picks. John Lynch has done a good job drafting, in my opinion. So keep giving him weapons, keep giving him ammo in future drafts. The way this team is not one and done, but can be continually, build towards a dynasty, even though dynasties are hard if your name is not New England. OG, that one boss with a super chat. Appreciate you, OG. What is the most realistic wideout the Niners could trade for? Also, is it true the Packers are front runner for Will Fuller? I've not heard the Packers are the front runner, but I would not be surprised if the Packers are a front runner for Will Fuller. I think Fuller is probably the most likable or the most likely player. Throw in John Ross there from Cincinnati, a lesser known wide receiver. So you want me to say Julio Jones? You want me to go ahead and say Michael Thomas? Get those guys out of your head. If they are going to trade for a wide receiver, it will be one of the lesser-known guys, and I think you start with Will Fuller, who's lesser-known, but still a great wide receiver overall. So I've not heard the Packers are front-runners, but again, Aaron Rodgers needs weapons. Spoiler alert, 1 week from now, we'll play the Packers on Thursday Night Football, so who knows, maybe we'll have a new wide receiver to go ahead and face. That leads us into a great question here. Right now, who's the best team in the NFC? Like right now, best team in the NFC is it Green Bay? Is it Seattle? Tampa Bay? Arizona? Throw them up there. Listen, I'm still going with the Seahawks because I think Russell Wilson's balling out, but number 2 on my list has got to be Tampa Bay, baby. The Bucs are fantastic. They look great, and they're getting Antonio Brown, who I have said many times you don't want him, but if there's a team and a quarterback that can take him, goodness gracious, it's probably going to be old Tom Terrific and the Bucs, and he's probably going to be really great, and people are going to hate me because I said the Niners shouldn't trade for him, but or sign him. What are you going to do? Let me know what you guys think down below. I'm seeing a lot of mixes here. I think Tampa or Seattle. Arizona's good, though. San Francisco learned week 1, a very, very good football team. Now, if you want to bet on not only these football teams, but any games that they play, listen, BetUS has promo codes for Niner fans, but it's not just for Niner games. You can bet on any sports taking place on their website. Go to chatsports.com/49bet. Use the promo code Niners125 when you put that deposit bonus down and turn your $100 deposit into $225. And so, right, you can bet on any game, but you could also just bet on the 49er game because that's the game he'll for sure be watching on Sunday. So, of course, the over-under sits at 54. Right now, Seattle is 3-point favorites. Again, an afternoon start up there in Seattle. I've not looked at the weather. I don't know if it's supposed to rain or not. I'll keep an eye on that. But it's going to be a very interesting matchup. Obviously, probably America's Game of the Week on Fox. So you'll get Troy Buck and Troy Aikman and Joe Buck, not Troy Buck. You know who I'm talking about, right? So they'll get the calls there, and I think it'll be a good game. So bet on it. Matthew says, can we get Brandin Cooks? No, I don't see it happening. And I'm a lot lower on Brandin Cooks than a lot of people are. I'm not a big Brandin Cooks guy. No, now they trade for him, I'll be like, woo, exciting. But I'd much rather have Will Fuller. Much rather have Will Fuller. A Stark 101. Who should the Niners trade away? I can't think of anybody. The only players that I would want to trade away are injured right now. I would love to trade away Solomon Thomas or D Ford, but they're both on IR. So you can't. You literally cannot trade for them. It's absolutely impossible and not going to happen. And so I don't have anybody. I don't have anybody else that I'd be for them going ahead and trading, even though I would love those two defensive linemen. Maybe Quan Alexander, maybe a cornerback. There isn't a lot. I mean, the Niners won't be sellers just because they don't have a lot to sell at the NFL trade deadline. All right, make sure you guys are subscribed to the 49ers Report by clicking the big red subscribe button down below. We do these live Q&A videos, or if you're watching later on during the week, we do these mailbag videos every single week here on the 49ers Report. So make sure you guys are subbed and turn on the notifications as well, the way you don't miss any show that we do. A Bandit with a super chat right to the top of the line. Should they sign Eric Reid? Too old. No, not too old, because I'm thinking of Eric Berry. But no, Eric Reid's been too disgruntled. And obviously, I don't think he'd want to play for the Niners anyway, because he was obviously a Niner with Colin Kaepernick way back in the day. No, they shouldn't. I'm surprised no one has asked about Earl Thomas yet, even though I don't want to trade for Earl Thomas. But I'm surprised it doesn't say Earl Thomas instead of Eric Reid. They'll be fine. They'll be fine. Secondary. Got to cover Lockett. Got to cover Metcalf. It's tough to do. I think they'll be okay. Faisal Rabbi, as they say the name, is that a dog? That is a look at that. Hello, little dog. Do you see us getting divisional round in the postseason? Yeah, listen, the way the postseason's stacked up right now, San Francisco outside looking in. The problem is the 7th seed goes on the road, whereas well, actually all of them go on the road, but the 7th seed plays the 2 seed, the 6th seed plays the 3 seed with the new seeding things that are all set up. So it'll be tough. But let's say you play Philadelphia, it'll be the 4 seed, right? If you can somehow be the 5 seed, then man, you could beat the Eagles on the road very, very easily. Joshua says, Joshua Allen. It's Josh Allen from the Bills. It's got to be. Is Jimmy G the franchise quarterback? He better be. And he is right now, because there is no one coming. I mean, they're not going to trade for anybody. They're not going to trade Jimmy G away. So, yes, he better be. He needs to be. I hope he's going to be the franchise quarterback. And he is. And I've said that for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. It just goes on and on and on and on and on. Yes, he is. 100%. Go sign Earl and Clay, says no GQ Panna. Yeah, I mean, sure. But if they wanted to, they could have done this weeks ago, and they hadn't. So why do it now? Both are old. Clay Matthews doesn't have off-the-field issues, but obviously Earl Thomas does. So I don't see this happening at all. No, it's just very unlikely that actually happens. David, I think we have David up next. We'll see who we get to ask the next question. It says that Jimmy G doesn't play good the rest of the year, trade to the Pats and draft Zach Wilson from BYU. Jeez, he's got it all figured out. Would the Pats take him back? No, very unlikely. Not going to happen. The Pats are going to try and probably move up and get Trevor Lawrence. Wouldn't be surprised. So, and Zach Wilson, BYU is good this year, but you want a BYU quarterback? I don't know if Zach Wilson's the real deal. I don't know. Mason says, what are the odds all 4 NFC West teams make the playoffs? Impossible. All 4 will not happen because you have Chicago in there. So the odds of that happening are, well, it's not impossible. Yeah, it's tough. It is tough. I think 3 do. I think 3 NFC West teams do. Yeah, I'll say 3. 4 is someone's not going to. And just because they play each other, you got to play the Cards again, the Rams again, Seattle. It's just not possible. All right, give me your score predictions. I want them right now. Score predictions down below in the comment section for the game on Sunday. Who wins? How much? Let me know down below in the comment section. I'm going 49ers 24, Seattle 21. Yes, I'm taking the San Francisco 49ers. I don't feel great about it because Seattle's very good, but I feel like they got to win this one in order to keep pace in the NFC West, and so I'm very, very hopeful. Again, I'm taking the 49ers 24-21 is my prediction here for this game. I've been on and off. I didn't get the Dolphin one right, but did anyone pick the Dolphins to win a couple weeks ago? No, I don't really think so. Give me your full predictions down below in the comments section. I want to hear from you guys. Let me know what you are thinking in terms of this game, which, again, is a fantastic matchup and one that we're all going to be watching and has a real chance for the 49ers to get a big win on Sunday to go a long way toward preserving the season and getting back to the postseason.